I'm Courtney Henderson and my co-anchor,
Nina O'Brien.
And we are sponsored by Bags, Bags for a Greener Society.
Okay, so here we have Mrs. Green, and we're here to ask her a couple of questions about plastic and plastic bags. So let's get started. Okay, how did you get started in Mrs. Green's world? Is there anything that inspired you to start?
What inspired me to start is that I think a lot of people started talking about the problems with the environment, and I was finding problems and good solutions. So I thought, what is a way that I can reach a lot of people about what the issues are and simple, easy steps to change? And so I started a radio network because that gets lots of people to listen. And it was a way to get the word out to more people than just my friends and family and people I ran into.
Great. So, is it difficult for you to keep up with your blog?
Very, 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 very. I mean, keeping all of these things up, the radio show and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Pinterest, it's very challenging. I call it a social media monster, and you have to feed it every day, and it has a lot of hunger pains. So yes, it's challenging to make sure I get it out at least 3 times a week.
Okay, well that does sound very difficult. So how do you get people to come and do interviews with you? Is there any way that you connect with people?
Yes, I have someone on my team, on my Mrs. Green team, and all of us on the team, we read articles, we hear people interviewed on TV or radio, and we send it to her, and then she connects with them. And sometimes they have an agent, they have a press secretary, or they have someone that handles media and public relations. So it depends on how big a name they are. And sometimes even the biggest names, you can just send them an email and they handle it. So that's how we do it. And we contact them and ask them if they would like to be interviewed on my show. And so far, almost everybody we've ever contacted has said yes. And then we schedule them for an interview.
That's great. So, what's your point of view on plastic bags?
I have said in public and in my blogs and on my Facebook page and everything that I've said dramatic things like they're the devil and they're the #1 cause of my existence at times, because there are so many hundreds of millions of them out there. I make a point of counting them when I'm going on a road trip anywhere, seeing how many I can count and can put you to sleep. So I think they're a very, it's one of the things that I don't understand, because we really don't need to use them. And I don't understand how people just continuously don't get that and don't get the damage they cause to our environment in so many ways.
So would you be interested in maybe doing a class tax where where the state of Arizona taxes people for using plastic bags every time they shop?
Yes. Not that I think it would ever pass in Arizona, but there's hope. I think that would be great. I think that what it has shown in the country, there's not been one plastic bag ban that has ever been voluntary, ever. There's never been one successful evidence of a community saying we're going to do it ourselves. It always takes either a 3%, 3-cent charge or a 5-cent charge per bag, or a ban by some government entity.
So, how do you plan on spreading the word about plastic and plastic bags?
Through all of those social media outlets that I described with you, through interviewing people that really know. In a couple of months, we're having someone on from the Monterey Bay Aquarium, and they are very active because of the damage to marine life, which I'm sure you two know, and to not just the visible signs where you see a turtle, who's got a plastic bag caught in his mouth, but when you see that they break down into the tiny little particles, and then they're eaten by little fish who are eaten by bigger fish, who are eaten by bigger fish, who are eaten by humans, and you see the damage that it causes, not just to what it's killing in the ocean, but the damage it's causing to us here on Earth.
So, how do you personally contribute to saving the environment from plastic and plastic bags?
I'm not kidding when I say that I was doing a plastic bag video, and I had to ask neighbors for plastic bags, because what I decided about 4 years ago is that we would never use them again. And it's challenging at times, like at the holidays, it's a little bit challenging. But what I do is, I have a bag on the door of my studio, and it says, paper or plastic, I'm neither. So I don't use them. And that's, to me, what you do is you start with you, with the change. And so that's what I personally do, and I encourage my friends. Sometimes I tease them. If they're really good friends, I shame them. And just in a loving way, no bullying from Mrs. Green, but I say, really guys, come on, here's 4 reusable bags. And I had to get out of the habit of, like, I would be in Target, because I think of them for the grocery store, but then I would go to Target, and it's a different kind of shopping. So I had to get to the point, and my granddaughter, who's 12, shamed me into this. I said, oh, Maddie, we're just going to take them once. This was about 2.5 years ago. She said, Grandma, they're in the car. So we walked out to the car, got the reusable bags, and went back and checked out. So it's that you do that a couple of times, and you start remembering the plastic bags are going to come home with you if you don't bring your reusable bags with you.
Yeah. So, how do you think others can help save the planet from harsh effects of plastic and plastic bags?
I think that's the most important thing, is to start thinking about the connection to plastic bags and the impact. I don't think most people think about that. They just use them. And they say, well, I use them for my dog, or whatever. Is don't take them. Stop using them is really the solution.
All right, that wraps things up. And don't forget to visit our website at bagsforgreenersociety.wordpress.com. Thanks, bye.